Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Let's go! We have a fantastic interactive military map and let's go to the south where we actually got some success. I mean Ukrainian army, since I'm Ukrainian myself. And just recently there was some fighting ongoing for this village, so you see the gray area, it means that this village doesn't belong to any kind of the side. And yesterday night we took this under Ukrainian control. So little by little Ukrainian forces are taking the land on the north part of Kherson region, preparing for possible counterattack. However, Russia also sent lots of the forces to this area and the supply lines were cut and they basically trapped there. But still, we don't have enough weapons and forces and resources to get this part of our land under full Ukrainian control. But still, I think it's gonna be done in nearby future. My friends, also we have a sponsor for today's video. And the sponsor for today's video is Atlas VPN. It has military encryption standards, strongly securing your data and your devices from being reached by government, unwanted ads, and also hackers. Yes, you may say hackers, why do they need my account? Well, actually, my friends, I got personal experience that my pilot blog channel dedicated to aviation was hacked. Then I was using public Wi-Fi. All of my videos were deleted. And after that, hackers told me to send Bitcoin for them and they will open access to my own account. I didn't transfer anything and just started the new channel with the same name. And obviously after that case, I use the VPN all of the time. And for me personally, Atlas VPN is the best VPN out there. It has a security breach device monitoring feature, so it alerts me that someone tries to reach my device. Then I use the public Wi-Fi. Then I see that message, I disconnect from that public Wi-Fi. Atlas VPN is very fast. It guarantees you the best streaming connection, then you watch movies on Netflix. And also by changing your virtual location, you may get access to watch all of the movies, all of the series on Netflix platform. It helped me a lot. Atlas VPN helps me to access some of the websites that are blocked in my country. Patreon website is one of them, my friends. And now please check out the link in a video description just below. Join the 3 years offer for $183 per month and you'll have 83% of discount. You also have 3 months for free. The offer is time limited with my personal link, so please hurry up to join the club. The Atlas VPN really supports me for quite a lot of time, and most of the funds that I got from our corporation I sent for charity purposes. So Atlas VPN, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Now I will turn on the satellite fire detection. You can see not a lot of the shelling was on that area and some of the wildfires just across the south part of Ukraine. But if we move to the eastern part of Ukraine, you see for sure it was some sort of artillery fire all across the front lines, and Russia really pushes. They want to have Bakhmut under their control. However, they still don't have enough resources to get this city under control very fast. Their main goal is to take this road over here under their control. They took it near to Berestove. However, they don't need it over there. They need to use it to go to Bakhmut area. Also, they are pushing towards this road, and that is why they are advancing here near to Zaitsevo. They want to take this road. They want to advance from the north, from the south over here, and from the eastern part to take the city from 3 directions, but still they don't have the main attack direction so far. So they continue to split their forces even during the tactical operations, making it less effective. According to the independent statistics, Russia is losing around 200 and sometimes up to 500 soldiers per day. And they are in lack of the fight force. That is why they reduce their battalions to the fighting teams, quite small and not equipped with proper ammunition. Russians' tactics now is to send those small groups across the front lines and try to find the gap in Ukrainian defense. And after that gap is found, they send more forces. However, for Ukrainian side, it's very easy to destroy those small groups of soldiers because we have many drones and our surveillance works absolutely fantastic across the front lines. That's why you might have seen the tons of videos on YouTube how those small groups were devastated by our artillery, and all of that is usually filmed by drones. Why does Russia continue their attempt to take the control over Donetsk Oblast? Well, it's very simple. They have political decision coming right away from Putin that they want to take Lugansk Oblast and Donetsk Oblast under their control. It is a political decision of Russia, and they will continue to perform it no matter what resources do they have. Even 1 battalion, they will send it to take Donetsk Oblast. After all, they don't care about their losses. And probably one day they're gonna reach Bakhmut. It's just my prediction. It's a very important city, my friends, and if they take it under control, they have 2 of the roads open. So this one on the way to Slaviansk and this one on the south. Here they may reach Konstantinovka and go to the north on a track to Kramatorsk. Kramatorsk may only be reached from this side only, so from the eastern side. So this is the Slaviansk and Kramatorsk. Russia wanted to take those cities under their control from the north, but it's unsuccessful so far and will be, I hope. There is the river that divides those cities, and they cannot reach Kramatorsk easily from the north. They tried to push from Dolina, from this side, on the way to Slaviansk, but our forces just driven them away from this part, and we are on our counterattack towards the Izum, so it's not the spot for Russia to attack. They may obviously attack from Liman direction, but there are some of the bridges that can be easily cut, so it's not the direction for the main Russian attack. And now they're trying to counter Kramatorsk from the south, east, and from Slaviansk using M03 road. So if they take Bakhmut, they may try to reach those cities from that side. It's now their main goal. As for Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, the biggest one in Europe, that was under attack just recently by, I'm sure it was Russian forces that attacked that station, because they really want to negotiate now with Ukraine, and they want to create some kind of the spot where they may start the negotiations. Well, what happened on that emergency meeting dedicated to this problem in United Nations? Russia continued to accuse Ukraine of shelling its own station, and they refused to drive Russian forces away from the station itself. And basically by capturing this station, they took lots of hostages, my friends, not only in Ukraine, but in Russia, and it depends on the wind direction. If the wind blows to the north, to the west, we'll see the devastation that Energodar nuclear power plant potentially may bring to the people. So it could be 10 Chernobyls, my friends. And I just hope that this problem will be solved very soon. Let's speak about this war, my friends, in general, how Russia loses it, because they won't negotiate because they see that they are losing this war. So here sometimes you ask me, what are those green areas? Those green areas are previously occupied areas by Russians that were freed by Ukrainian forces. On this map, really, you can see how the war had started. Russia performed their attacks to Kiev, Chernigiv Oblast, Sumy Oblast, Kharkiv region. They start attack from Lugansk and Donetsk, mainly it's one vector. They attack Mariupol from this direction, and they also performed 2 of the attacks to Mariupol from the west side and 1 attack to Kherson. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 directions for the attack. It's nonsense, my friends. Every military campaign should have its strategic main vector direction. But during this war, we don't see this strategic main push from the Russian side. They split their forces, and they realize it after that they cannot cope with all 8 directions of attack. Why? Well, basically because of the Ukrainian resistance. So we caused them to withdraw their forces on the north part, partially from Kharkiv, but Russia still continued to concentrate their forces on the east part of Ukraine. Their main goal could be to circle Ukrainian army over here, but that requires lots of forces, around 300,000 soldiers to circle that stuff. For the beginning of the war, they should have more than 1 million soldiers to start attack from all of those directions. And later on, it appeared that this goal to circle the Ukrainian army is unreal for Russian invaders. You know, actually, Russia started this war back in 2014 by occupying Crimea and eastern side of Ukraine, over there, unrecognized Donetsk and Lugansk republics. And that is why Ukrainian forces were building the defense lines all across the unrecognized recognized republic's territory. And what Russia did here is a nonsense as for me. So they were attacking from this direction. Well, it's okay, but they thrown their exhausted forces from the north part of Ukraine to join this campaign as well. And they start to push their main attack, so it became the strategic goal for this war, I think. But they've pushed at the most secure place we have in Ukraine. So the number of Ukrainian forces over here is huge. The defense lines were building for 8 years, and they put their main attack towards it. Obviously, they had some success near to Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, but here near to Donetsk, really they didn't move from the beginning of the war. That is caused severe losses for Russia. How Russia could potentially win this war at the very beginning? Well, there is the river that goes all across Ukraine, the main river of Ukraine. It's called Dnipro, very big and wide. And we all thought that Russia would probably attack from Donetsk direction. That is why Ukraine kept lots of their forces on the eastern side of Ukraine. So yes, I would go from the north side, taking Kyiv under control with most forces that I have. It's the main strategic goal to capture the government, president, to replace the government and put your own puppet one to rule the country. And the history of this war showed that potentially Russia could capture the Kyiv, but retreated the forces because we resisted quite hard. Simply, they didn't have enough resources to capture the city. Gostomel airport operation was completely messed up, so they lost it because of that. And also I would concentrate the big attack from Kherson direction. Basically, those are fields over there, and obviously it's very easy to use the aviation superiority for the very flat ground on the south part of Ukraine. I would leave some forces here in the region just to withstand possible Ukrainian counterattack in this area, but would go to Kyiv as well. And what we have here is the main river of Dnipro that backs up our forces from the Ukrainian counterattacks, possible counterattacks from this direction. So we need to cut all of the bridges first, and Ukraine would not go across the shore, and basically Russia would control the Kyiv area and this part of area of Ukraine, the central part. And later on, yes, obviously, then you put your puppet government, you may start your attacks from Kharkiv, this area, and this area is not very populated over here, so could be also used for the attack towards Kyiv from two of the directions. But it's on the left side of the Dnieper River. So potentially Russia could win this war, but not with available resources that they have at the very beginning. Now they cannot win it, my friends. They are losing it, and that is why they desperately searching for some kind of negotiations. And obviously right now Ukraine doesn't want to negotiate because we lost quite a lot of our territory, around 25%, and we also lost lots of our people. So on the south, those territories are very rich of the crops. Those lands are used for agriculture, and eastern side of Ukraine is the industrial heart of Ukraine, where you can find the gas, coal, and different resources. And yeah, the main thing that we lost our people, many of them were forcibly evacuated to Russia, let's say, how they say evacuate, and also many kids were displaced to Russia as well. So now Ukraine sees the military solution for this stuff. That is why we are asking for the weapons to be delivered to Ukraine very fast. And I think, yes, it's the only probable way to deal with Russia nowadays. My friends, I'm going to keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. Now, if you like what I do, just press the like button. And also don't forget to check out the Atlas VPN link just under this video. The proposition is limited just with my personal link, so go for it. It's a very nice product. I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.